Welcome to Not to Cut You Off. And we're on episode number 3.
It might be 2. Who knows?
It might be 2.
We're so unorthodox.
And all over the place, as they say.
As they say. But who cares?
Who cares? Today, we're going to jump right in.
Yeah.
You ready to get him the tea?
Definitely. I was trying to really hold back to save face, but... And you know, today my mic is not miking like it's supposed to, so I'm really pissed off about that, but I'm going to drink over my
I'll drink with you,
issues.
Being that it may be my fault.
Yeah, it is. Because she dropped the fucking mic the first day we got him.
I don't think that's the reason her mic is not working. I think that's just something to attach to that. I think that's just the excuse that you want to use because you can't figure out why.
No, we're taking this right back to Best Buy as soon as this is over. So.
As we should. We're going to blame it on Best Buy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Give us a new one, and we want them bedazzled. So get to the back and get some bedazzled.
Get to the back and get some bedazzled. Some diamonds, not rhinestones.
Swarovski.
Yeah. That's how you say that?
Swarovski.
Swarovski.
It's either Vo or Voss. Either way, it's that.
Either way, we need that for the mics. Okay.
So, we were talking about earlier a little bit, because we always talk before we, come on here when we're doing like glam and stuff. And we were kind of just talking about how, it's like you come into something and you start doing something and then it's like people don't really take to it until like they actually see you moving about.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh my God, we should do this. Oh my God, I asked you like 12
6 months ago and you didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And now you want to do it today.
Because you see like it's going to be a thing. Like just even with, when I was just like I had a lot of different businesses and it was just always like at the beginning, of course that's known, you got to see how people shit gonna go. But I feel like if I know you shouldn't have a second fucking guess. It doesn't matter if I quit this shit tomorrow, you should be supportive. Okay. So for me, I feel like people meet you in different phases of your life and they think that they know you. So if I asked you 12 months ago to do it and you didn't want to do it, maybe it's because you felt like you saw me, like you felt like when you met me or when you saw me, that was just me. Yeah. So I probably gave you a reason I probably gave you lame at the time. But now I'm not in that phase. And now you want to revert back to that and it's not giving it. Right. But I mean, okay, who can blame them? Okay, if I was giving lame, which I probably never have given lame in these past 5 years of my life. Maybe before that, maybe, but I don't think so. Because I've always just been really popular with people. But if you thought that I was just like giving mediocre, that's fine. But you still could have just like said that. Not even said it. Just like went along with it. Because even if you were giving mediocre, I would have tried to help you in whatever way I could have. Am I giving mediocre? You're not. Oh, period. I don't think so. I don't even think it's about like mediocre or lame. But I think people see something in you that they don't like. Not you specifically, but I'm saying like not like me. Okay, for instance, with me, I've had like several conversations where I was supposed to do podcasts with multiple people. Like, don't get me wrong, this is not like shade towards them because some of us we just agreed, it's not gonna work. Or I have a podcast that I wanted to do with somebody else, but she's in a different state, so it just wouldn't work. Yeah. So it's like basically what I feel is people see the potential in you, and they feel like they can piggyback off that. But when you didn't see the potential, when I was asking you, you wouldn't fucking with it. Because it's like they don't know how it was going to come into fruition. Yeah, but just take the risk. Yeah. That's what life and business is about. I think that's definitely what it is about. A lot of it is because people are not just creative people. You know me, and I can tell you something. Most of the time, you'll see the vision of what I'm saying, but even when I bring it to life, you'll be like, I even see it more than what you were saying. Like, even though I believed in it, I can see it more. So, like, it's just like, even if you don't agree with me, you're going to be like, okay, this is Star. I know that she's not going to come with something that's mediocre or not giving what she wants it to give. So, let me just give it a chance. I feel like girls be scared to support in general, though. Like, so I do lashes and people would, like, watch my story or see me post something and then call me. And I'll be like, girl, did you see my new post? And they'll be like, yeah, I saw it. Then why didn't you like it? Or like I'll see somebody in person and they'll be like, I love your work. I be seeing your stuff. Never knew. Do you know how far a like and a comment can go? You also have people who don't understand how like the media is to some people because we're creators, so we kind of need that. sometimes people feel like maybe like she don't like my stuff, but it's like also you have to understand this algorithm is not going to keep putting you in my face. I post with intention. Like my page, you tell me all the time it looks like a lookbook. They're not recommending people who are just posting their lunch salad on my stuff. And not to say that I'm not going to support or like your lunch salad, but they're not showing me that on there. So just know, like, when I do see your stuff, I am liking it. It's just I probably don't see it.
Even if you hate it, I want you to comment and say, I hate this. This
no,
is
even
trash.
if I hate it, if you posted something and I absolutely hated it, I'm putting fire emojis under it. And then secretly, I'll come whisper in your ear and say, just as I thought, trash.
Even with like going live, oh my God, 1 million people will watch my story. But if I go live right now, it's going to be 2 people.
I'm not going to lie. When people go live, I like try to stay away from because I feel like I feel guilty for leaving the live after I don't interact. Like if I don't identify with your live.
I watch people live sometimes.
I will too sometimes, but then if it's just like you're sitting there smoking a blunt, I don't need to watch this.
Yeah, I don't want to.
If you there talking about some real shit or you're there having a great time and I'm like, ooh, it feels like I'm there.
Yeah,
I'll watch it.
How do you feel about people trolling in the comments though? Like, you know how you go in the shade room? And sometimes I go in the shade room and I see posts and then I see comments and I be like, that was a bit far. Like they will come up with a whole story on why this person did something.
Oh. I just think
you do that too.
No, I don't be in the comments doing it. If I think it, I'm going to just think it in my head. I'm not going to be like, you did that because of... I'm
not...
My fingers aren't ready to type that much about a motherfucker I don't know.
I don't care that much.
I don't follow Shade Room anymore. It's a lot of negativity on her.
Do I follow it? I don't think I follow it, but it's like, how could you not see Shade Room posts?
Yeah, no. If I see them on Explore page or like my friends, they follow it. They'll send me stuff from it. And then if I do, I'll go on there and get like my little weekly hit or my little 2-week hit, you know, of just drama. So but every day seeing shit like that where it's just like every day is like 2 people have killed their kid. Like, I don't want to see that.
But it's like you're literally the person we just talked about.
But
you're literally the person we just talked about.
The Shade Room has billions of people.
They want more.
I don't want to see the content that they have.
But you go on there for drama when you feel like it.
Okay, so when I feel like it, I will like it. But I'm not just keeping that on my timeline. Like, if I see a post that they have and it's like positive or... oh, Ari in a swimsuit, or she's tweeting and I like what she's saying, I like it. If I genuinely like the content, I will like it.
Okay.
Like we just said, if you really like it, like it.
But you just don't want to follow it.
I don't want to just have that on my feed. I don't want that in my reality. I'm getting to a point where I'm purging all things that don't align with what I want out of my life. I don't want drama in my life. Like, this podcast is for me to expel all of that, you know, cattiness and messiness, but still in a good way. Yeah. Of course. Because we're here having tea time.
Chit chat.
But I don't want that just on a daily. I'm good. I have enough problems. I'm actually fighting right now for the cure for cancer. And I don't
No, you're not.
I am. I'm in the lab every day.
Doing what?
Do you want to see my lab coat? I'll show it to you later.
Okay. Is it pink or white?
Of course it's white.
Okay.
I'm very serious.
Well, you know you do a lot of things for prop. Like, you have 2 dogs.
Everybody thinks that's a thing, but
for
I just never wanted them to be alone.
Oh, really?
It doesn't hurt the aesthetic. I'm not saying that it doesn't hurt the aesthetic.
So what happened to the last dog?
Well, you know she was a bitch. So I had a child, guys. And she was beautiful. But her attitude was literally so poor. I couldn't take it. I honestly couldn't take it anymore. Like, she would just leave the house for 2 weeks at a time, but she would come sleep in the yard like we were in the project. She was running around with a pack of cats and dogs.
A whore.
It could have been a raccoon in that package, but I don't know. I didn't see that on the camera. But
I hated her.
Yeah, so that's why I took her to a nice neighborhood. I opened the trunk politely and I let her go.
Wait, you opened the trunk?
Yeah, I have a thing on my car that I just press the button, the trunk pops open, and I took her leash.
Oh.
I took her leash off and everything.
When you say trunk, I'm thinking of a car. But you have an SUV. You have a truck, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
And she just jumped out.
She loved it. Her, I got her from a hick town in out like by Alton, past Alton, like an hour past Alton, Illinois, and it was literally Trump everywhere.
She acts like that though.
Hick,
very hick. Enough of her. Enough of Anka.
Enough of Anka. She was an Icelandic model. That's where I got her name from, by the way.
That's a cute name though.
I love it so much. I got it from Sex and the City, my favorite show in the world. You know that.
Oh wow, pulling out the cigarette in the middle of.
If I drink, it's drinking and gambling that I have to have these. At the gambling table, though, I will ask somebody for a cigarette. I'm not gonna. That's like my deepest, darkest secret, guys. If I'm gambling and I'm playing $500 a hand, I need a cigarette. Because at that point, I'm drinking so much liquor to give me the confidence to play 1,000. Sometimes I do play the 1,000 chip, but that's only if I'm like super winning. But I will play $500 a hand, and I'm telling like the person next to me like I need a cigarette. They're already smoking up a chimney at the table. Might as well.
You didn't smoke a cigarette when we went.
I wasn't playing $500 a hand. That was a shitty casino. They don't even have side bets. The side bets was giving me $25 fucking dollars. When I win a side bet in St. Louis, I'm winning $2,000 on the side bet versus $25 and $50.
I probably would have broke the cigarette anyway.
No.
Snap, crackle, and pop.
Security. This lady's fucking up my good gambling. Well, she's playing $5. I'm playing millions of dollars.
I played 100.
5. That's basically 5.
And lost.
I played so much probably that night.
Yeah. We were so drunk.
We were.
You slid me the chips, and I was like, okay, whatever. How much I owe you?
Every time I go to the casino and I have somebody I'm not like, that's not like super gambly, I just pass them like $25 and it just cheers them up.
It was not 25.
I know. It probably was more than that.
It was 600.
Oh, really, Kanaya? You owe me $600 to this day right now.
Bitch, I sent you there and you was like, oh, wow, down to the $43?
Oh, you borrowed. I thought you were saying like I slid you chips. So usually when I win.
You did slide me chips.
Okay, like when I won, I slide you like, here, just take these.
No. It was like I only took out a certain amount. And I was playing and I was losing. Oh, I won and then I lost it.
$600 the first time you went. I love you.
You remember when I won $700? You was like, you should have did the side bet, and you saw all the chips coming. You was like, bitch, you did the side bet. And then I started losing, and I'm like, I'm done. You was like, no, I'm just gonna slide you the chips. I'm like, okay. So we playing, we was drinking.
I don't know if I was winning or losing then, because if I
we both lost. We went home sad as fuck, and I had to cash app you $600. Yeah,
I wasted that on my.
It was a sad day for us.
Here, just pour the rest in your cup because I don't think it's that much. Anyway. But you did have 7 glasses before we even started the podcast.
Did I? Or did I have 2? Or 3?
Or 7.
I like that.
I love that for us.
I love it for us.
Anyway.
Okay, disclaimer. The whole point of not to cut you off is basically to cut you off and talk about various topics.
Yeah.
We really want y'all to understand this is not like something that's organized and uniform. Yeah. This is like our regular conversations. Something that you listen to when you clean up, when you doing whatever.
In the car on a long ride or something. It's not anything to just get any type of life advice.
Yeah. So don't like watch other podcasts and be like, well, usually when people do podcasts, this our shit.
We do what we want to do.
We do what we want to do.